What's going on, good people? We are grateful to be here with you all. Welcome to Noni Talks. We are excited to be building healthy families throughout the Bay Area and throughout the world. God has granted us grace in this health and wellness venture, and it's amazing what one yes will do to change the world, right? So welcome to this time that we get to share these amazing products with you all, that we are able to bring an impact to the people of God and to those abroad and those at large, to be able to bring health and wellness to our world, right? We push a lot of things in this world. We do a lot of things in this world, but it's amazing to have influence to push people in the right direction. So I want to take a little bit of time today and to share with you some of these amazing products that we have at our disposal, and some of the things that we are doing to better and empower others to continue to do what it is that God has called for us to do, right? If you don't know me, my name is Pastor Dom. I'm the pastor of Turning Point Global Church. I am also the CEO of Turning Point Global Media. And so I run several different organizations, and I'm excited to be able to bring to you a new kingdom venture that we have, known as Partner Co, right? Partner Co is an amazing company with amazing products, with amazing people. And I just have the privilege of being a partnering marketer, or a partnership marketer with this particular company. We are building brand partnerships. So if that is something that may interest you, feel free to reach out to me, inbox me and say, I'm interested in becoming a partner. We call it expansion partners. And so if you desire to be an expansion partner with us, matter of fact, I'll put that in the comments here, then you can go ahead and click that link while we're on the live, if that is something that interests you, right? One of the reasons that we do this business is because we know that there are a lot of people dealing with a lot of different things medically that they need assistance with. And so we want to be able to not only bring you healing through that of the prayer line, right? But we want to be able to teach you chemically how to be able to handle some of the things that you may be dealing with alone, some of the things that your doctor may not be able to help you with. And again, we make no medical claims, but we do make sure to share honest and truthful experiences that we have had with these amazing products thus far. I've been taking this stuff for approximately I'll say it's been a little over 30 days. And when I tell you, I've seen crazy results. I've seen rapid results. I've seen a lot of things that God is doing in the lives of not only me, but others as well. Michael Broomfield can attest. He just, matter of fact, went live a few minutes ago and basically explained, right, some of the things that he's experiencing that's helping him to become more healthy in his journey of wellness, right? And so we are grateful and excited for each and every one of you who is here on this live. Really quickly, if you want to have additional information, right, we want you to be able to share with others that we are on live. And while I'm doing that, I'm trying to make sure I type in the comments the information necessary if you desire to join the team, right? So that comment will be pinned here in the comments below. And while I'm getting that together, if you have any questions about these amazing products, some of y'all is like, what is this you talking about? What is this that you're pushing, right? What is this that you want us to experience? This is called Tahitian Noni, right? Tahitian Noni is a product that has been around, or is actually a superfruit that has been around for thousands of years. Matter of fact, 2,000 years ago, they used to feed this to their military in Polynesia. And it was used as an energy superfruit resource that allowed for them to maintain awareness and alertness, which is why they were able to claim territories in which they were able to, right? So that's one thing. The other thing is this is what they consider to be an adaptogen, right? An adaptogen means that you can have something that has the ability to lower your blood pressure if necessary. It can, if your sugar is low, it has the ability to potentially raise your sugar levels. It has the ability to basically bring your body back into balance, right? that's the best way to try to explain it in a quick manner. But if you're having any issues, right, if you're going through any medical problems, and this is one of the holistic healing options that you would have that is natural, organic, non-GMO, vegan, basically that has a benefit and a benefactor to you in your body. Okay. They have several other products as well. I will show you that in my household, this bottle is practically empty, right? I don't know if you can really tell through the light, but as you can see, this bottle is practically empty. We at the bottom on this one, right? We got another one in the fridge, of course. And then we also have these packets that I was just holding in my hand as well, that you will see, right? That is good for people who are on the go, right? So for individuals who are constantly moving out and about, you running around and trying to figure out where to go and what to do, and you got your kid's soccer game and you got other stuff, but you're still trying to maintain your health. This is a great option for those who can't bring a big old green bottle to work, right? So these are the things that have been made available that are accessible. These are going like hotcakes right now. I've practically pretty much gotten the whole entire box is almost sold already, and I just got it about 4 days ago, right? So for those of you who are interested, again, in finding out about the products, the link is actually in the description for this particular live. And if you want to become a partner to join the team, you can do that at expansionpartner.com, right? Yes, you see that my t-shirt says, "Thank you, Bishop Robert Edward," and I'm gonna get to him in a second. But he had these t-shirts made for us on Father's Day, which says what? King, prophet, and priest. As a king, as a prophet, as a priest, I have the responsibility of making sure that my house is in alignment with the will of God, right? Making sure that things in my house, right, that God has called me to and challenged me and equipped me to steward, I have a responsibility, right? Absolutely. I'll make sure you get the hookup, bro. I have the responsibility of making sure that my house is healthy and wealthy. Now, many of you know, right? I'm not the little piece of chicken in the bag, right? I'm 350 plus. I'm 6'3". I am a big, brown, bald, black man with a beard, right? So, so why the sudden change now? At 35 years old, I'm starting to understand that pizza and ice cream is not my portion, right? There are certain changes that my body is making. And if I don't make the necessary changes, right, I end up putting myself in a position to not be impactful for those who I'm called to serve. I won't be able to be a blessing to my children's children, right? Because I won't be here. I'll be in a casket somewhere, and everybody will be mad because they'll be like, "I died too soon because I didn't take care of myself in the way in which I needed to," right? And so I'm gonna go over certain things today, just to kind of illuminate some of the things we deal with in the body of Christ at large. Please understand and know that my demographic is not just church, but one of the main things that my personal mission is, right, is to make sure that the church is healthy, right? We do great with shouting and dancing, and then as soon as church over, we didn't went to wherever we're going, or we'd have had Mother Johnson in the kitchen, and she's now cooking up, Thanksgiving dinner on a Saturday in the middle of July, right? And so we want to start off July specifically, making sure that we are being more intentional and more strategic. I told a lot of people on my 35th birthday that this would be the year called No Moves Wasted, right? And so not that we're mad at Mother Johnson, because that's what we experience culturally, right? You want a good piece of fried chicken, you want some macaroni and cheese, you want some collard greens, you want some yams, and that all has to be right according to the way in which you would cook it in your own home. Well, now we're offering another alternative. We're saying, hey, when you get done with your fried chicken and when you get done with these other things, let's take something during the week that balances out the scale, right? I posted the other day about this, and I'll share it here as I screenshot my Facebook page really quickly. Matter of fact, I'll go to that post on my page. Let me find it really quick while I'm here. Let's go there and go there. You saw me post, right, about soda. You saw me post about the fact that a lot of us are drinking things, right, and taking things that is not very beneficial for us in the long run, right? And so if you were on my Facebook the other day, then you saw this particular post as it pertains to us drinking soda. Okay. And so let me find it because I didn't post it so much since then. I got to make sure I got it on the right point. Okay, good. So I understand. Listen, soda. Matter of fact, you know what's funny? While I'm pulling this up, you know what's funny? A few years ago, I absolutely preached about something as it pertained to that. When I was during my preaching time, I had actually talked about something as it pertains to Pepsi Mango and how good Pepsi Mango was. And in the middle of me preaching, I'm gonna have to find it because this thing, when I tell you, I was getting so many people to tag me in this. I think it was like maybe 2 years ago. It was so many people who tagged me in going to the store and buying Pepsi Mango because they wanted to try it for themselves, right? I remember James Bobo Jr. getting on there, Pastor James Bobo Jr. out of Modesto. And literally he's like, it's not really that good. I don't really care for it. I remember Shatori Jackson, right, hitting me up and was like, bro, I got my Pepsi Mango. I think she may have even given some to Mike Jackson at the time. And then you had several other people, Julius Johnson, Lamar Green. You had all kind of people, right, going to the store, buying Pepsi Mango, tagging me in it, and saying, dude, this mug right here is the one, right? See, he said Pepsi Mango, that's another tongue, right? So I understand. But again, you're trying to position people to be successful in life. And the reality is when we look at this, right? Mama Yvonne is saying it's too much sugar in soda. Well, it's not just the fact of it's too much sugar in soda. It's what kind of sugar is in soda. How does that impact over the long term? And if it is really good for us, right? Why is it the price that it is, right? And then how come it's on every shelf around the country? Okay. Which means what? That we understand that in our society, that many of the things that we are drinking that are convenient for us, right? That is priced at a particular point for us, that's made available to us on a regular basis, is actually not good for us. So when you think about it strategically, right, that means that we're constantly drinking death in a cup according to our favorite flavor, but it's actually killing us internally, right? So I talked about this the other day in this post, and we're gonna unpack this post a little bit, but I want you to see here that in this post, I basically talk about what? I talk about the difference and the distinction between what? The truth and a lie, right? The reality is many of us, right? The bitter truth tastes terrible, but it's beneficial to achieve a long-lasting, fruitful life. A lie tastes great while it's killing you slowly over time. On the left, you see what? The deception. At its finest, what tastes great is killing us by leaps and bounds. Soda is a stronghold for many, and one has been in my life, right? Soda is a stronghold for many and has been one in my life for a long time. But today that all changes, right? I'm making a vow to stop turning up the cup of deception from this day forward, right? Now that I've experienced the truth, my values have changed and I'm no longer the same. On the right is the remedy, right? It's not about the taste necessarily, but about the benefits of longevity that it brings. In the next couple of months, you will physically see the difference in me. Restoration, healing, and longevity shall be my portion. Thank you for everyone who has encouraged me on my wellness journey. It has not been an easy transition, but today I'm standing flat-footed and declaring that things have changed in my life for the better, right? So the truth of the matter is many times when we really think about this, when we really consider this, we have so many things that are being made accessible and available to us that do not benefit us, right? It's funny because I've had people reach out to me from New York. I've had people to reach out to us from Nigeria, Africa. We just closed a deal with a young lady out of Indonesia the other day, helping them be able to not only get healthy, but to be able to create economy in different regions and parts of this country that have extremely high unemployment rates, right? You're talking about across the water, and when you're talking about across the pond, if you will, their unemployment rates are astronomically high in those particular countries. And so what God is doing apostolically is allowing for us to be able to enter into these regions almost in a virtual form and fashion, if you will. We're able to have these conversations. We're able to show the information, and then we're able to bring an impact to those who do not have the ability to create economy because of either what? Their political systems, their religious ideologies, right? Jesus is not wanted everywhere. And so when that is who you follow, and when that is who you ascribe your life to, when that is who you give allegiance to, you are not welcome in every part of the world, right? And sometimes that means the restriction of resources. That means that you don't always have the things necessary for you to be healthy in those parts of the country. I'll even show you something today that has not been necessarily highlighted in my arsenal, in my life, in my advertisement, in that of marketing, but it is something that people are using around the world that is bringing a huge difference to them, in that of a water purification and filtering system that we have called Purity, right? And the premise of it is literally it is able to purify water in the most unbearable conditions, remove those unnecessary chemicals and toxins out of that water, and allow it to be pure drinking water for those who do not have pure drinking water. You're talking about in China, you're talking about in Africa, you're talking about in many of these third world nations that don't have access to clean water, okay? And so I will even be so bold as to say you may be even able to take this out to Flint, even with the crazy lead and the things of that nature. It has not been tested yet, but that is something that can be proven if it is to be tested, right? So when we're talking about this, we're talking about now you paying additional attention and you being strategic to what it is that you are experiencing that is going into your body, right? That you are releasing out of your body, and what should be a benefit to you long term, okay? And so with that said, again, Noni is what we call the warrior in a bottle. It is absolutely something needed and necessary in our society. Also, you have that of Limu. I don't even have any more Limu. I know Micah's going to be mad at this because he's going to be like, what? I'm completely out of Limu in my house. Matter of fact, my daughter drank the last of the Limu the other day, and I got it on video. I think it's hilarious. And I'm going to post it in a minute about her being in the kitchen. And I caught her red-handed getting the last of the Limu out of the refrigerator, right? But that is exactly what it is that she loves. Now, of course, I just ordered some, so it'll be here in a couple of days. But the truth of the matter is, no, you know what? Matter of fact, I did have some, but I ended up making sure that my mother had some and my father, because I wanted to make sure that they were engaging in that level of health and wealth for themselves, right? So now, yes, I'm having to order some, or I've ordered some. But again, when you have something that works, when you have something that's necessary, you want to make sure that everybody you know, and then some, has this accessible and available to them. Now, I know for some, they looking like this seems kind of gimmicky. I'm not really sure. I need some more information. I need some more, I need to look at it. I need to figure out if it works or not. I'm telling you firsthand, from Dominique Campbell to you, this stuff works. No games played. I have countless testimonials in my phone. I have countless testimonials online. I have countless YouTube videos that will tell you that this stuff works. And the reason you don't have easy access to it is because of the way in which it would shift the economy, the way in which it would shift the world system as a whole, and anything that they do not want you to have is probably something that you need. So they'll make sure soda is available, right? You have 80,000 different chemicals that are allowed to be used in the U.S. market that are not even able to be used in other countries. I need you to hear me by the Spirit of Christ. And I'm not telling you this because I'm some expert at this. I'm not an expert. I just do my homework, right? If anybody knows me, if I don't know the first time you talk to me, by the time you talk to me the second time, I will know about it and then some, right? But I need us to understand that just because you're skeptical, but doesn't mean it doesn't work, right? It's people who are still skeptical of Jesus, and he still died on the cross for our sins, performed miracles did countless things in the world system, and they're still trying to deny his name, trying to deny his influence, and trying to deny his legacy till this day, right? So that don't mean nothing, right? That's not a valid way of verifying information, because you can't personally legitimize something for yourself, right? Some things take faith, and it's a horrible thing that in church that getting healthy requires a level of faith. That's a sad reality that we live in. But most of us only allow for our faith to work according to our preferences, and God has so much more for you to experience in the world. Why? Because he created this. I need you to understand, this is not some man-made artificial something that they didn't added a bunch of stuff to try to know. This is God made, it's God ordained, he created it. It's a sustainable food source, and most of the answers that we need when it comes to our health and our wealth come from him and him alone, right? So good to see you, honey. I love you. But yes, there are countless things that we are experiencing in this world that we don't have quantitative data for, right? Some of the things that we experience in this world, we actually need to, it's not the pictures, baby, it's my camera. My camera will keep the lenses adjusting, because I need to put another thing under the table that it's sitting on, because it's leaning. Like you'll see this is kind of moving. If I press it, you see how the pictures is adjusting. If I push it all the way back, and then if I pull it forward, it's kind of down. It's the table. It ain't the thing. So, but what I'm saying is when we talk about these different things, when you see myself, Micah Broomfield, Rain Johnson, Bishop Robert Edward, Erica Campbell, Richard Tate, Pastor Tate, different people that you know in your ecosystem or circle of influence, they're either inboxing you, or they're talking to you, or they're reaching out to you via telephone, or doing these things. It is not because they're trying to make you be a part of a scam. I can tell you right now, this is not a scam. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a pyramid scheme. It is none of the above. It is literally, the mission is how can we be able to help as many people as we can to get healthy. I just saw my cousin, Kay Keys, known as Keisha. She just got out of the hospital. She's talking about she's dealing with unbearable pain right now, right? So what am I going to do as her cousin? I'm not going to just allow for her to just be suffering unnecessarily. So when I get off of here, I'm going to contact her and make sure that she gets something that has the potential of being an aid to her, so she won't be in as much pain. There are countless others of you who are experiencing the same thing, right? And again, we don't make medical claims because we don't want to have no issues and no problems with Big Pharma. But at the same time, we can be honest about the fact of some of the things that this does, right? So if you're the person who says, I need additional information, sir, I need to have a Zoom presentation so you can show me this information, this insight, and this understanding that you have, because I know you, and I know that you are an eataholic. Matter of fact, when I was a kid, my name was the human garbage disposal, right? If nobody else at this family table ate, they would send it down to me for whatever they had left on their plate, and I would eat it, right? So when you go through different things in life, some of us are emotional eaters. Hey, you think you're emotional, you're an emotional eater, right? Oh. Yeah, I'll call her back. You think you are an emotional eater. Man. I'm sorry, y'all. My mother is calling while I'm on live. And it's synced over my computer. But yes, it is very important, right, that we have the understanding that is necessary for us to grow and to develop into what we are called to do, and as it pertains to what we are supposed to be, right? And so when we're talking about this, I need you to understand that these products do work. I would never sell something that doesn't work. I will never be a part of something that doesn't work, because I have a reputation. So I can't just shift my entire ecosystem of what it is that I'm posting and what it is that I'm doing unless God wanted me to, right? And unless it's something reputable that I'm willing to represent and state my name on, that I believe is going to change the world. And I want you to be a part of being a world changer, right? And with you being a world changer, anytime you add value to anyone, you have the ability automatically to increase your economy, right? And so when I want us to be a people who are able to add value to others. Now, I will tell you this. You might be like, well, Pastor Dom, that sounds all great, magnanimous, and wonderful. But, sir, I don't know. I'm still on the fence. Okay, that's fine. Right? We don't have any problem with you going through and understanding. Because listen, to be honest with you, everybody is not ready to make that change. We are not trying to pigeonhole and pump and prime people to make those changes. The 4th of July is coming. The last thing you want to hear when the 4th of July is coming is you need to eat healthy. Nobody wants to hear that on the 4th of July, right? So the 4th of July will be here in 3 days. You do not want to hear put them ribs down. That soda is killing you. You overweight and you need to lose weight so you could be healthy. So you could. Nobody wants to hear that. Everybody is taking a break from being healthy on 4th of July. We already know. But on July 5th, what is your recovery plan? Right? We're talking about in a society where they're allowing for meat to be grown in labs, and they're telling you this on the media. They're telling you this on the news. Now, let's be clear. Of course, we look at the media with two different lenses and set of eyes. So we understand that everything that's being presented to us is not beneficial for us, right? We understand that this stuff messes with us on an astronomical level, psychologically, traumatically, and it indoctrinates us to operate according to fear, right? So that's why they're putting in front of you that everybody's cars is getting broken into. So when you leave out of your house, you be scared. Some of you have experienced people breaking into your cars, right? And then others of us have not experienced people breaking into our cars, but we just as paranoid as the people who getting their cars broke into, right? So this stuff is mental warfare that a lot of us are experiencing. It's a lot of anxiety. It's a lot of us going through depression. It's a lot of us going through many different things, right? Emotionally. And so we resort to foods to release to us chemicals that comforts us, right? But it's actually not necessarily beneficial to us. It got our stomach full, but our heart is pumping at a rate that now we have clogged arteries. We have high blood pressure. We got diabetes. And 9 times out of 10, this is from the things that's supposed to be comforting us. No, you're eating stuff that's killing you and calling it comfort because it's convenient, right? So we're coming against that. We're coming against this poverty mindset. We're coming against us doing things that are not beneficial to us and making excuses as to why it is that we are harming ourselves intentionally and then praying to God after for a miracle. And the world is looking at us like, y'all are absolutely crazy. You don't know the first thing about nutrition, but you're going to talk to me about being saved. You don't know the first thing about being healthy, but you're going to talk to me about having a healthy spirit when your body is out of alignment and out of whack, right? And you're not doing anything to change that. And it's not because you don't necessarily know how to change it. It's because you're unwilling to make those changes. Why? Because culturally, it's acceptable to order a steak at a restaurant and enjoy it because you should get a steak because that's what you should have. If you worked hard and if you've done what it is you need to do, you should celebrate with a steak. And the steak is sending us to an early grave because we're constantly doing it because that's the only way we're taught culturally to celebrate in American society. How is it that I'm taught to celebrate something that kills me? Now, I know I'm going all over the list, but I need you to understand, like, how are we taught to, we're conditioned to celebrate things that are not beneficial to us at all. Right. So when we're getting up here talking about these products, when we're talking about Slenderize, we're talking about Accelerate, we're talking about Elite, which is this little packet right here. Right. You probably can't see it because the sun is blaring pretty good, but that's Elite. Right. You have Restorix, which is a detox. I got that sitting right here. Hopefully it doesn't mess up my camera. There we go. I got Restorix sitting right here in this little box. Right. Which is a charcoal based product. It comes in this here. Right? Let me make sure you can see the label pretty good. This way. Yeah. The sun is glaring pretty good. That's Restorix there. Okay. I take all of these, right? So when I lose 100 pounds and y'all all looking with the side eye when I come into church in a couple of months, don't worry about it. Just know what I've been doing all this time, right? You got Slenderize here. You got Accelerate here. Right, Slenderize, is a weight loss enhancement. Accelerate is going to be a metabolism booster. that's going to allow for you to be able to experience that more at a rapid rate. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, sir, why is it that you would choose to go with this versus going with some other company that might do vitamins? Well, usually, according to the FDA and other organizations that deal with health specifically, the World Health Group, things of that, or World Health Organization, things of that nature, what you'll start to discover by independent resources and independent research is that sometimes pills and their absorption rate, right, are not very high. Okay, so some of the things that you're purchasing at Whole Foods, some of the things that you're purchasing over the counter that you would have gotten at Vitamin Shop and these other places before, GNC, things of that nature, is actually not helping to be able to do what it is that you're trying to actually get done to your body, right? Hold on one second. Okay. Okay. My daughter has been FaceTiming me for the last 10 minutes because she wanted me to know that she bandaged her leg. Mighty God. But yes, with that being said, right, we have many different things that are an asset to us. Many of you have received an inbox from me personally. I wanted to go live and tell you it is me who's sending this information to you. I don't want you to think it's somebody spamming you. I don't want you to think somebody's playing with you in your inbox. It's somebody's hacked my account and they're trying to get you to spend some money with them and something else. I'm telling you, it's me, right? I am sending you this information personally because I know that it has the ability and the potential of helping athletes with their recovery. It has the ability to help those who are elderly, who deal with knee and joint and hip issues, right? Okay, good. And so it has the ability to do several different things, right, that can be potentially a benefit. Now, why do we say potentially and why do we say could or can be? Because it doesn't work the same for everybody, right? So we want to be honest with you and tell you that your results can vary according to what? Your diet, your exercise, what you eating and what you're drinking besides taking the products. Yes. If you're eating something that clears out your colon, for example, and you turn around and eat a bunch of steak that now goes back and clogs up your colon again, or you're eating things that is clogging up your arteries, but you're taking something that's releasing the toxins out of your body, you're working counterintuitively, right? That's common sense. So we want to say, like, you can't just keep operating the way you're operating and expecting for this rapid result to change, right? At the same time, right? Even with you not eating the best, you can potentially have results that could be a major benefit to you, depending on your body type, right? And what you have going on. So again, for those who are saying, I didn't see this brother inbox me 20 times. There are several of you who said, I'm going to reach back out to you when I look at the information. Well, that's fine too, right? If you notice, I haven't bombarded you. I haven't hassled you. I haven't caused no problems with you. I haven't been in your inbox every day for the last 12 weeks saying, are you going to look at it? Are you going to look at it? No, right? Noah's responsibility, and I'm going to say this and then we're finna get out of here. Noah's responsibility was to build the ark, right? It was to build the ark and invite people to get on the ark with him. He had, in our modern context and culture, he had about 13 and a half to 14 years worth of invitations of trying to get people to get involved with and to get on what the Lord had called him to build individually, right, as the answer to the world, right? Who am I looking to work with? I'm looking for ark builders. I'm looking for people who will be able to relay a certain set of information, right, to be able to take those products and be able to operate in that process of building themselves, right? And building within themselves a better body, right? In that process of you doing that, you're able to share with others, right? And you're able to, if you desire to, you can make some money from doing that, right? Just like, for example, if you went to Walmart and you said, okay, girl, they got sodas on sale for 3 for $5 or whatever. They got 3 boxes of soda for $5. Okay. Well, if you got a percentage from that every time you introduce that to somebody at Walmart, wouldn't you want that? Absolutely. Right? Why do we get finicky and flinchy with stuff like this? Because, well, I'm not sure. But you do the same thing at your job. And if your job closed tomorrow, what would you do? You would have to get another job. So this is not complicated, right? We've done many of these ventures before, and many people are skeptical of them. I'm telling you, there is another grace on this for you to give this a try. I'm telling you, I've tried it. For however many you're going to tell me that you tried, I probably tried 3 times as many. So I understand your reservation, your hesitation. I understand you not really knowing if this is going to work. I understand you being like, well, they deceived, and right? Everybody would have believed that Noah was deceived because they didn't see rain coming, because rain was never, ever in the earth. I got to preach in 2 weeks, and I got to be cool because that's part of my text that I'm talking about. But the reality is because rain had never been experienced before, right? Nobody believed the necessity of the boat that Noah was building. Now, this is what's crazy. Statistically speaking, 81% of our country is dealing with unhealthy heart issues, sleep apnea, diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, right? Clinical depression. We're dealing with joint and inflammation, pain, and issues like that. We're working laborious jobs that are causing us to have to be basically experience premature death on a regular basis. We have so many people in the body of Christ who are serving while hurting, serving while being unhealthy, serving while not creating a healthy regimen and a healthy remedy for them to be successful. And we live in a culture and a society that is always trying to dictate to us, right, that the way to enjoy yourself is to eat things that are killing you softly, as Lauryn Hill said, right? We want to shift the culture. If you see me talking about this, you understand. See, this is what makes me mad, right? I'm looking at my best friend who is on here right now. My best friend who is on here right now. A couple of years ago, I drove to Atlanta, or we were in Atlanta. I was in Atlanta, and literally he has a heart problem in Atlanta. The week I'm there, I drive him to the hospital. Do you know that if I would have had this stuff sitting right here, if I would have had this 2 years ago, it could have potentially prevented him from having to experience all that he's been going through. Do you know how mad that makes me? I have another friend. And if I really want to cut up, I would talk about the jab, but I'm not going to do it today. But the reality is there are many people in my personal family circle, my personal circle of influence, that if I would have had a remedy of this caliber and this type and this kind, they potentially, may not have had to have gone through what they have been going through. Do you know how frustrating that is to know? Do you now you understand why I'm inboxing everybody I know? Now you understand why I'm going up and down the length and the breadth. In a minute, it's going to be up and down the length of the breadth of this world, right? Because we're already getting invitations to go into third world countries to be able to present what? This. To be able to give people access to health on a greater level, on a greater measure. We're taking something when the absorption rate is higher than most pills that you're going to take, is what I'm trying to tell you. Most people are taking pills and they don't even work. They're taking placebos and they don't even work. And how do I know about all of this? Because I had to get educated, because I have friends around me who ended up going to the hospital who were having heart and health issues that were around my same weight, that were around my same size, that were just as active as I was in life. So I was like, God, in 2022, that whole year, for at least 8 or 9 months that year, I went completely pescatarian. The only issue with me going pescatarian was I had major back pain. I had major back issues. Some people know, but when we went to Las Vegas and did Victory and Glory, we stopped at a Walmart on the way to the Airbnb we were going to stay at, and I could not even walk around Walmart with everybody. My back was in so much pain. I had to walk up past the fruit stand, up to where the freezers were, and I went up to like the third section of the freezers, and I had to literally make my way back to the front of the store, and I had to stand near the lines where we was going to leave because I couldn't even walk around the store anymore. Major issues here. I'm talking about preaching in pain. I'm talking about to where my wife has to give me a massage. Like literally, we had to buy one of those little the little guns, the little Theraguns or whatever. We had to buy one from Amazon, and every day I would come home and walk in the door, especially on a Sunday. She would have to do that and then charge it and then do it again on my lower back and throughout my back for hours on end. Only for me to discover what I was doing was not actually a remedy to my pain. So, and if she was here right now, she'd be like, so she would tell you. My mother can attest to the fact that I used to have major back pain and major issues. I would finish playing the drums and my back would be killing me. I would finish preaching and I'm operating healing lines and people are experiencing getting healed and delivered and set free and all this other stuff. And I am in complete agony the entire time I'm operating in ministry. I'm telling you what I've experienced for myself. Being 350 plus, 6'3", black man, preacher, musician, prophet, whatever. In pain, doing ministry. Causing others to operate in healing that the Holy Spirit is allowing for me he's using me for them to receive their healing. And I'm the one in need of healing myself, and he's using me to heal them. But my healing is not coming in the way in which it's coming to them because he's given me the responsibility of doing the research and the homework and the necessary task to find something that's actually going to be a remedy to the world as a whole. And then I run into it. And then now I don't want to tell nobody about it because I'm scared of your rejection. I'm not scared of your rejection at all because I'm sitting up here pain-free. Back ain't hurt since I started taking it. When I first started my security job, I used to have to run patrol. My back would be in excruciating pain. I'm like, God, I don't know if this is you because this, I mean, you blessed me with this job, yes, but it's temporary right now and it's kind of bothering my knees, bothering my back. I got to do several up and down on 8, 9, 10, 12 floors, then go across the street and do this, then come back and do that. And I'm walking about 3-4 miles in one shift just to accommodate the responsibility of my duty as an officer. I took this. I did patrol the other day. I didn't have no pain at all. Except for natural wear and tear. Like, you know, you ain't been moving around like that. So your body is trying to get adjusted to you moving. But the pain I was feeling before where I couldn't hardly stand up without arch slumping the top of my back to try to alleviate the pain in my lower back while I'm walking is not there. The other day, we had a power outage at my house. We live on the 4th floor. When we have the power outage, that means what? That elevator is off. Because I've been taking this stuff consistently, because I've been doing my best to maintain with this as much as I can, even with a busy schedule, not being able to get to the gym yet and all the rest of it, I was getting up the stairs faster than my 7-year-old daughter and my wife. They both looking at me like, you walking up here like you good. And I'm like, I am. I'll tell you a couple other things, show you a couple of things. We'll read a couple of things, we'll get off here. The other day, I played at Light of the World Church in San Jose. They had the Pentecostal Assembly of the World. They had their youth and young adult service. I think it's the IPYPU, if I'm not mistaken, right? And Jessica Beatty and Sean Dotson and a bunch of other youth and young adults that we all know. If you're from the Bay Area or Southern California, you know these names I just mentioned, right? For the most part, okay? So they were singing and everybody was shouting and jumping and dancing. We did service. They sung about 4 or 5 songs. I had to play the drums for the entire service. At the end of the service, what did they do? Well, they apostolic. The preacher then hoops. It has gone up into a praise. Young people are coming at the altar, flooding the altar. And now they want to shout for an hour and 12 minutes. And they did not stop one time in an hour and 12 minutes. They literally shouted an hour and 12 minutes. I had to play drums at 3:50 the whole time. Valentino Smith kept turning around looking at me and saying, do you need a break? He asked me that 4 different times. Do you need a break? I'm like, I'm good. And he looking at me like, yeah, because you keep playing faster and harder and louder as if you're not tired. I'm not tired. Now, mind you, I had worked the night before. And when we talk about BPMs for people who know music, we ain't talking about no 160. We ain't talking about no 155. We ain't talking about no 150. We ain't talking about when they knock it all the way down to 112 for the senior saints, when they want to get that little quartet, they want to give them that little. No, we ain't talking about that. We talking about 175, 180 on the BPMs on the click, and we are playing for an hour and 12 minutes straight. I know musicians who have issues with arthritis and they have to wear those little things on their head. This helps. It has the potential to help. So please, if I inbox you, don't look no kind of way. Don't feel no kind of way. Just count it as Noah is trying to get us on the ark before we all have major issues and problems and stuff that we don't necessarily have to go through, right? We want to be able to help you and to be a benefit to you, right? So I will show you this really quickly on my page. You will see several different individuals who are either let me close that out. Who are we talked about the soda the other day. I want to give a huge shout out to my guy Ricky Tates, who got started the other day, right? He's out of Texas, and he's on his health and wellness journey as well. We both big boys, right? So he wanted to make sure he got healthier for his family and things of that nature. And also it will increase his income as well, right? I also want to give a huge shout out to that's me talking. That's me doing my daily regimen. Let's give a shout out to Miss Claire, right? Miss Claire is from Indonesia. We met with her at midnight the other day, myself and Auntie Apostle Rain Johnson. We met with her. We were able to get her signed up to be a part of the business partner with us. And she's now going to be able to do what? Increase her health and increase her wealth, even in this economy, right? You also have here, I want to give a huge shout out to the team, right? Evangelist Daniel from South Africa, from Nigeria, actually. Myself and Apostle Rain Johnson, we are doing a Zoom with those in South Africa who are interested in South Africa on this Sunday afternoon at 12 noon, right? So we'll be meeting with those from South Africa who want to be a part of the business as well. And God is expanding our borders and enlarging our territory. And this is our assignment. I need to tell you something, right? Really quickly, I'm going to get back on the screen and we'll go back to Facebook and share on the screen real quick. I have been saying since the beginning that we are a ministry, right, who is a global ministry with a local impact. We're called Turning Point Global, not because we stream live on Facebook. That's what the Lord told me. So what I'm realizing is the way you're going to be able to do effective ministry in the kingdom does not always have to be pigeonholed to the 4 walls of the church. When I tell you, we're praying for people who are on here. We're experiencing God coming through Zoom, right? When people, because they're excited about the results that they are getting, right? I'll tell you a little bit more about North Carolina in a minute. But I will tell you that when we were in North Carolina, even at the meet and greet that we had, the first ever event that was done, there were people who were giving their testimony, and they literally shouting while they're giving their testimony. People was raising their hands, speaking in tongues. People are praying and crying out to God because of what? The results that they've been working so hard to try to get through prayer and through fasting and through these other vehicles, when the answer, right, had to do with what you were taking into your body, right, from eating, and chemically was your issue, right? We're trying to sometimes answer things spiritually that is happening in us chemically that's actually hindering us for operating spiritually in the way in which we desire to? Right? Is your chemical imbalance hindering your prayer life? That's the kind of conversation we're having with individuals saying, hey, have you even considered the fact, right, that vitamin D deficiency has to do with you sometimes potentially entering into depression? For many creatives who stare at computer screens all day, usually you're going to be lacking in 2 or 3 areas unless you have some level of health regimen, which is vitamin B specifically, and it is vitamin D specifically. Vitamin D is going to help you, right, to make sure you're balancing out those endorphins and your pineal gland. And it doing that is going to now be able to send signals to your body from your mind that literally communicates, I'm good. Why? Because your blood flow is right. You're not under oxidative stress. And because you're not under oxidative stress, the signals being sent throughout your body from your mind to the rest of your body is all positive because everything is flowing properly. Right? So I'm giving you this insight. So when you do your own homework, when you do your own research, you know which terms to be looking for. Oxidative stress, adaptogen, right? You want to look at absorption rate. You want to be looking at longevity and sustainability of the product. Okay. And so these are all things that you need to know and be aware of, right? And again, I'm not coming at nobody foul. I'm not coming at you and how you choose to do. I'm trying to tell you that there is a better way. If I was preaching, I'll take you to the book of Hebrews, right, where it talks about there's a better way, right? There's a more sustainable way, and there's a more effective way to be able to do ministry in the 21st century. Okay. But let's go back to this really quickly. Okay. So you saw that with South Africa. I also want you to see, right, that Bishop Robert Edward. Oh, this is my wife and my mother-in-law, as well as my daughter, right? They are all now, because of the activity and the results that they're seeing with me, they're all like, all right, so what else do we got to do? What else do we need to know in order for us to be healthy? Because I'm watching you maneuver, and it ain't no way with your schedule that you're moving the way in which you are with this level of ease, right? My schedule is not easy. And so for them seeing me, they are now getting involved in the business as well. Matter of fact, my wife just became an administrator on the team, and I'm going to end up hiring my daughter to be a marketing consultant because she's always helping daddy to build out these videos and to do these different things that are a benefit to the people of God, right? I want to show this really quickly, all right? Again, we do not make medical claims on our channel, but absolutely, I do, bro. I absolutely need an assistant. It's no question, because we're just getting started, right? We're only 7 weeks into this business, and we're just getting started, and that has nothing to do with the different ministry endeavors that are taking place as well. But Bishop Robert Edward, as you see, this is my bishop, a part of KWIFOC, our Reformation. And he literally says, what? I went from 44 inches to 40 inches in my waist, and from a double XL to a large size t-shirt. Okay. Contact me on how you too can. I love this because he didn't say lose weight. He said loose weight. Listen, it's I'm not going to go up in the tongue like Micah did earlier. But I will say that there's a major difference between losing weight and loosing weight. I feel an anointing on that as I'm even saying it right now. But a Slenderize is the product I just showed you in that little bottle. And if you want to be able to order it from him, you can go right to his page. It's from 1 day ago, and you can order on his page. Again, at the bottom of this post, it says what? We do not make medical claims because your results may vary. Okay. But I want you to see that the people of God are getting results. They may not post about it every day. They may not talk about it every day. They may not share about it every day, but they are getting results. And I want you to listen at this really quickly, because this is something that I believe is going to be impactful and powerful for all of us to hear on today, right? So I'm going to fast forward this about 4 or 5 minutes. Let's see. And I want you to hear my brother as he's ministering to us yesterday while he's doing his daily regimen.
It's been a journey so far, and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going, as John wrote in the in the top part, what was prophesied over this business, 120 days of favor. And I come to decree that somebody else is getting ready to walk into 120 days of favor. I don't know who that's for, but you're getting ready to walk into 120 days of favor. We speak that now. 120 days of favor. 120 days of favor. 120 days of favor in your finances. 120 days of favor in your businesses. 120 days of favor in everything that you put your hands to. 120 days of favor. We decree and we declare it now. It's done. It's done. Even the business that you haven't started yet. 120 days of favor. The business plan that you got. 120 days of favor. Yeah. Myron Williams wrote a song. He said, I never knew that favor felt this way. You're getting ready to experience favor in a whole different way. You're getting ready to experience favor in a whole different way. This favor gonna feel so good, it ain't gonna feel fair. But that's all right anyhow. Shot. Can you give me a spoon?
I want you to understand something. That's coming from somebody that when I initially approached him with this business, he was skeptical. He will tell you in the comments right now. He was like, bro, yeah, for you, it's good. After that conversation was over, he was like, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm not sure. Right? The first day he took it, and I'll find that video too because it's hilarious to me. The first day he took it, he literally put out a disclaimer and said, if I die from drinking this, y'all know who killed me. It was Dominique Campbell. Right? So, even after he ordered the stuff, he was like, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. I mean, I see my bro doing it and he consistent, but I don't know if this is going to work. Right? I mean, literally, he told everybody in the world on live stream, if I die today, y'all know who killed me. Right? And his wife was like, what? In the back, like, what? Right. This is Mr. Skeptical. Okay. He was skeptical after he joined. He was like, I see the numbers, but I don't know if I'll be able to be successful. I see what y'all saying, but I don't know if I'll be able to accomplish it. I see what y'all talking about, but I don't know if I'll be able to do anything. The person that was just on that screen, undoing his bottle of noni and doing his limo juice and all the rest of it, right? Doing this with this right here, literally it's the same person talking to you about 120 days of favor over what? His business. That was prophesied to him when he was skeptical about it. I need you to hear me. The man was skeptical about it. He the same person on here prophesying about 120 days of favor. And what's crazy is because he's been going live so consistently, he got his first sale the other day because somebody else believed him because he believed him. Let me tell you something. You're not going to build nobody's confidence, by halfway doing anything. You got to go all in. I know people in my stories is sick of me posting about they're like, we want to see what's going on outside of this. It's like, not at all. Because this is what's going on right now. When you're in a building season, the only thing you should be advertising is what you're building. I'm not doing a mastering or a marketing class right now, even though I do those a couple of days out of the week, right? Because that's an expertise of mine as well. But the truth of the matter is, is when you're in a building season, the only thing you should be talking about is what you build it. How are you going to build it if you're talking about too many other things? Now it seems like you're distracted. And what you will understand is that whenever you are hyper-focused and you are hyper-successful people alleviate distractions, and they are intentional regarding their focus. Average individuals are people who highlight their distractions and alleviate their intentionality because they are not focused. And usually the excuse is in the name of balance. But let me be honest with you. You do not get balance, right? Because balance is seasonal. It is not eternal. Balance comes after you had a season of focus. How do you know that, Pastor Dom? I'm about to give you Bible so I can help you because you think I don't know what I'm talking about. The boat the ark that Noah built was not balanced until it was built. Yes, they supported it to make sure it was positioned and it was designed so it can be balanced. But the season of balance that was going to take place didn't happen until the flood came. So you think your whole life is about, I need to be balanced. No, you need to build and you need to talk to others about what you're building. And your reward is balance. But while you building is not about balance. Building is about putting stuff together that's unbalanced. And then you take them unbalanced pieces and you start putting them together and stitching them and nailing them and hammering them and gluing them and putting adhesive over them and slime and pitch, which is what they would put on the ark in the Bible days, in order for them to construct a monstrosity of full of unbalanced pieces so that they could have a season, so that they could do what they needed to do to appreciate the balance. So you saying, wait a second, all you doing outside of preaching is this? Yes. Well, what else you going to be doing later in the year? This. What you going to be doing in 2024? This. What about 2025? This. Because once I'm able to achieve that season of balance, where I get to enjoy the reward of what? Impacting, empowering, and imploring others. Because they got on the ark. I don't feel no kind of way about people who won't listen to me and won't hear me and won't do. No. Listen, I'll go live every Saturday if that means that there will be people who will hear me once. I posted about that soda the other day, and I had been posting stuff. I posted about that soda the other day, and somebody went into the store and purchased $200 worth of product. Why? Because he was like, man, I've been hearing you, but this one right here hit home for me because I feel like I'm addicted to soda. Is some of us on here addicted to alcohol? You need this. You got kids who are addicted to alcohol and you trying to figure out how to get the taste out of their mouth? I can tell you that, all right, there have been some. Results may vary. Where you got people who are addicted to stuff that they shoot in their arm and stuff that they smoke from a tree and stuff that they ingest in their body chemically that gets them high and they can't figure out how to stop. I can keep going. I don't need to, but I can keep going. What has God entrusted to your hand that is going to save the entire world? What is he asking for you to build that's going to save somebody? Right? What does he ask for you to be a part of that's going to bring an impact to other people? If you don't do it, you won't know. If you are not willing to help anybody else, you will never find out how the results will bring an impact to their lives, because you don't trust in your ability to do what God has called for you to do. Right? So I want you all to understand today. Right? You'll be seeing me more going live on this and talking about these other things and doing these different things of that nature. And please understand why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I believe in these things that we are taking, right, for us to be healthy. See, my daughter took it today. Okay, my mother, she's with my mother today. They, you know, the BB and Zoe show is a real thing, right? So anytime she can, I want to go see my BB. Okay, no problem. So I made sure she was able to do that all day today, right? But I will say, right, my daughter drank a pouch today, and she finally learned what it tasted like and swallowed it all with her Limu. Okay, so Boop had never taken Noni before. She had only taken Limu. And kids don't necessarily care for it because they don't care for the taste. But when we're going to set up a Zoom call, and I'm probably going to end up doing a presentation on Tuesday on the 4th of July in the name of Independence Day. When you get on that Zoom, I got some stuff for you to see. I got some information for you to hear that I promise you is going to change the game for you. Right? I promise you it's going to bring an impact to your life. Okay? And we'll probably do that around high noon. Right? So if you have the opportunity to, you can hop on with me. I'll make sure that you have that information. I'm going to create a flyer. I'm going to post that, right? And I'm going to say Independence Health and Wellness Day, right? We're going to talk about that, and we're going to relay that information. And I want you to invite people to that particular Zoom who you believe will be interested, who you believe it will benefit, and who you believe it would help. I know that we all about to eat chicken ribs and all the rest of it on on the 4th. I get it, right? But I want you all to be able. Matter of fact, I know when I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it around. I'll do it around 4 o'clock, right? I'll do it around 4 o'clock. I won't do it at 12. I'll do it around 4. Okay. I'll do it at 4 o'clock. We'll set that up, and then we will make sure that each and every one of you get that information. It will only be for 1 hour. Okay. It'll be a 1 hour Zoom. We'll put the information on there. We'll answer some questions, and then you'll be able to go about the rest of your day, right? So I want you to invite people on, all right? Invite people on. We will be on that of Tuesday at 4. On Tuesday at 4, and we will make sure that you have the proper information that is needed and necessary for you to be able to know what it is that we're talking about, right? I've inboxed many of you. I'm going to inbox more. It's okay, right? We're not. It's cool. I'm being fair, right? I'm being fair, and I'm telling you, hey, you about to get an inbox from me, and it's okay, right? Because the people who have been impacted, just like Micah, right, just like others, you can't tell me nothing now. There's nothing you can say to me that will convince me otherwise that you don't need to experience this on one level or the other. Even if you're not interested in doing the business portion, you still need it in your health and wellness regimen so that you can increase in the way in which you need to. And I'm not saying there's not other products out there. It is. There's other things you can take besides what it is that we're talking about. But for those who are connected to my voice, for those who are connected to my tribe, for those who are connected to my circle of influence, and for those who are actually in need of some assistance and are willing to take a chance, I promise you will not be disappointed. Right? So share this on your page. If you believe it'll be an impact to somebody else, share this on your page. Right? We highlighted some of our team members, right? So you can see them, you can know why they're posting. And I love Micah Broomfield. Micah Broomfield has went from Mr. Skeptical, from going live like 12 times a day talking about the impact of his product, right? I'm sure his church members is like, boy, hurry up and bring this stuff to the church so that we can test this and taste this and experience this for ourselves right? And I already know he's going to be largely successful in this business, right? Because of his willingness to operate in truth. Nobody is twisting his arm. Nobody is talking to him behind the scenes like, yeah, brother, you need to go live so you can. He's doing this on his own fruition. Matter of fact, he just got a spotlight the other. Let me pull it up. He just got a spotlight from the team the other day because they like, dude, you are taking initiative that nobody has requested of you, and it is helping you to be successful. More and more people are becoming interested. Right? Where is it at? It was on my page. Hold on. I didn't share it on my page. I know where it is. It's on Auntie Rain's page. I got to share that today. I thought I shared it, but I must not have because I didn't have the time at the time. Let me see. Oh, while I'm here, just a little sidebar while I'm looking that up. This Sunday, my grandfather's service will be held at Missionary Kojic Church, 1125 Austin Way in Berkeley, California. Thank you to Pastor Cornell Wheeler, right? Who has allowed so graciously for his doors to be open so that we can celebrate my grandfather's life and legacy. He turned 80 years old. He's been in ministry for 35 plus years, the pastoral leadership. And so we are honoring him tomorrow, July the 2nd at 2:30 in the afternoon in Berkeley, California. All right. Yeah. So let me go back to Micah real quick. I know where I need to go to find that. Oh, yeah, I can announce that too. See, look, he didn't got a whole team spotlight. How you going to get a whole team spotlight? Hey, stop what you're doing and say congratulations. We are highlighting Michael Broomfield, who is faithfully and creatively going live to share the global vision daily. It's the little things you do consistently that make the bigger difference later. Never get discouraged. Never give up. Keep pushing it. It will hit. What happened? You ask customers. That's what. Congrats, Neff. Right. Because he's getting customers because he's sharing the product, talking about his experience on a daily basis. It's okay. The reason it works is because anything you do consistently can be trusted. You can only lie for so long. Like you can't keep up a lie that long, that well, right? And to be honest, if you married to any woman with any ounce of Holy Ghost, she's not gonna let you get on there and just be going live just because you going live and you lying. That ain't gonna work. But I want you all to understand, he is being acknowledged, he is being recognized, not just internally by the team, but by other people, right? Yeah, Mama, you understand. But by other people outside of us who were skeptical and that they looking like, you know what? This boy keep going live. He being honest. He even did that first video he did. His face looked like he had drunken ashes with apple cider vinegar and chitlin juice. It was like, bro, what is this? Like, what? Now, and I have to take some level of blame for that because I forgot to tell him to chill it, and I did tell him to mix it. But by the time he saw it in his comments, Henry left. Henry never came back. He's never recovered since that day. I don't know if Henry is even drinking any of it. I'm about to follow up with Henry today. I'm about to call him, bro. Where are you at? What are you doing? Right? Because he. But no, the truth is yes, you will be largely successful when you are largely consistent. Okay, I'm gonna do a teaching even, right? Talking about the 4 pillars of influence, right? The four pillars of wealth. You got to understand these principles, right? Most of us will stay below the line, right? You'll understand what that means when we break that down for you. But what you want to do is be above that line, right? That's 2 different categories that you can operate in. That most of us, you have to operate in life with a level of faith to accomplish it, because it is in the most uncomfortable position that you will end up being the most successful, right? So I want to say all that today to tell you all that we are getting results. We are not, this is not no fluff. This ain't no game. If I inbox you and you saying, I don't want to do the business, but I want to try the products, these, right? If you want to order them from me, you can order them in a pack of 1, or you can get them in 1, 3, or 5. 1 is $6, right? 3 is $18. A pack of 5 is $25. Okay. Matter of fact, I owe a sample kit to Kamaya Walton. I got to get her hers. I've owed her that for a couple of days, but yeah, it's been crazy. So I got to hit her up, and several others of you have reached out to me and said, hey, I want to try, I want to test, I want to see how it works, I want to taste it, I want to experience it, right? So when you come to Fire and Glory and you want to experience it, we will have it available for you so you can test it out. You could purchase your, what we call in trial packs, and you'll be able to get your health and your wellness on, right? We want everybody to be successful in that regard. Now, none of this is replacing your prayer life. None of this is replacing your ability to listen and to trust God. This is to help one aspect of your life, not all. But I promise you, if you get this one aspect of your life right, now when you're trying to get the others right, it'll be way easier to do. Most of the stuff we talking about in a prayer line has to do with our health and our wealth. 80% of us are not healthy and we are not wealthy. 99% of us is not even operating at an optimal level financially, right? And so you got these 1%ers who are making a certain amount of money in society, and everybody else is left to figure it out. We're about to tip the scale back with the 99%ers. We're doing ministry for Jesus left the 99 to get the 1. We having to leave the 1 to go back and get the 99. You didn't hear what I just said. But I want you to understand, we are having the responsibility now of having to leave the 1. That 1% is great. The 99% of us is the problem. So no, we're trying to give you tips, tools, and tactics so you can be successful. And you ain't got to spend 20 years to do it. But you do have to be consistent. The only thing when it comes to a time requirement that you might be saying, well, I might not have the time. Nope, you just got to be consistent. What does that mean? If you put in a little bit of time consistently, you'll get some good results. If you put in a lot of time consistently, you'll eventually move from effort to efficiency. And once you get into efficiency, you're going to become largely successful at what you're doing, because efficiency, when it is matched with effort, right? When you take efficient steps to be able to enter into effectiveness, right? You'll become more effortless, right? I'll say it again. When you take efficient steps in order for you to become operating effectiveness, you will operate with less effort. Then you'll start operating what they call sweatless victory. You know what sweatless victory is in business terms? It's called the tipping point. In our terms, with turning point, it's called the turning point. The tipping point is a turning point. What is that? Just so you can understand. It's where you're building your momentum and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing up the back of that hill, and you climbing and you climb. You got to push that big old boulder up and you getting all the way close to the top. Why are you doing all that? Because you have to leverage momentum in order for you to get to a point of acceleration. Once you're able to accelerate, now you're able to duplicate, because everybody wants to be behind somebody that is accelerating. Everybody wants to follow somebody that's accelerating. Why? Because you ain't got to work as hard when acceleration takes place. All you got to do is hold on. For the length that you can hold on, the faster you'll get to your destination. Why? You didn't even have to build it. You just have to leverage the momentum. The momentum will bring you to a point of acceleration. And while you're in that place of acceleration, make sure you're in a place that you don't let go of your proximity. All right. So we want to give you these tips, tools, and tactics, right, to help you today. We understand that some of you are still skeptical. It's okay. We don't feel any kind of way. But what we know for sure is it's better on the other side. I promise you that. It is better on the other side. So I love y'all. I'm getting off of here. Teresa McLaughlin, it's good to see you. Yes, and we want to make sure that we are displaying and conveying proper information, right? We don't want you to just be, willy-nilly out here. It's fine, right? If you don't know the information, that's one thing, but you got to do your homework, do your research, and make sure that you're aware. I have a book sitting in my mailbox. Matter of fact, I got 3 sitting in my mailbox that teach you 101 different things that Noni Juice actually does for you. Matter of fact, I'll give you the name of the author. His name is Dr. Neil Solomon. For our people who need to do the research, look up Dr. Neil Solomon. I promise you, after you look at one of his videos on YouTube, or if you go to neilsolomon.net, or if you look up Neil Solomon on Chastagram, right, as my uncle calls it, which is any one of the social media platforms that he might make himself available on, that is a great resource for you to understand, right? Go on Amazon, look up his books. He wrote 2 different books. Both of them have to do with Noni. He is the Noniologist. He did his work back in the late 80s, him and a couple of others. And so a lot of the information that we have access to regarding Noni, if you really want to get into what this actually does for you, he is the person that we look to. So I'm giving you my inside resource. So you won't say he's making this stuff up. Go read it in the book. And he's going to tell you more than what I'm able to tell you right now. Right? So I love y'all. We getting off of here, but I wanted to encourage you today. I know it's Saturday. I know it's July the 1st, right? But this is the year where there's no moves wasted, right? So this encouragement is not for no reason. It's to bring you to a place and a point of security so that you can get healthy and you can reach the place that God has called you to financially, all right? So I love y'all, and let's get up off of here today. But I pray that you have a blessed and a prosperous day. God bless.